Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Rest. In this video, I have a fun one for you guys. We're going to be going over the Uzume RR4 Adept, or however you want to pronounce it. I think that's the correct pronunciation, but I could be wrong. But this is the sniper that is dropping this week from the Grandmaster Nightfalls, and I feel like a lot of people are actually sleeping on how good this thing can be for PvE and PvP both. This thing can get some crazy rolls, plus its base stats are already kind of insane, and obviously with it being Adept, you can put Adept mods on it. So I hope I can show you guys the power that this thing actually does have in whichever game mode that you play the most. And if you do enjoy or find this video helpful, consider subscribing and dropping a like. It really helps me out and our community grow by getting these videos out there for everyone to see. I truly appreciate it. Also, this website will be linked in the description below. Be sure to go over there and show them support, because this website is crazy good for trying to craft weapons that you want to get. So starting off, we're going to talk about the PvE side of it, and this thing can actually get some pretty interesting rolls for the most part. You have your generic like triple tap, just balls DPS roll, but there's actually some other pretty cool rolls you can get with this. So starting off, I'm going to go over the roll that I want to try to get, and that is going to be a reload masterwork, which is just obviously going to be, nice to have on a PvE weapon. You don't really need range stability or handling that much. Maybe range, but it's not that big of a deal in PvE as much as in like PvP. For the mod, obviously, we're going to go Adept Big One spec. This is for the specific build that I'm going to be going for, and that is due to the fact that I'm going to have 7 rounds in the mag without having to have an Adept mag right here, or just the normal, backup mag right here. So for barrels, you can honestly go with you want. If you want to go with more range, you can. I'm going to go with Arrowhead Break because it adds a little bit of handling, which is nice. And on top of that, you get that 100 recoil direction, which makes it easy to hit your shots. Like I said, if you want to go with literally anything else, you can, but it's just whatever you want. Now, for barrels specifically, for this build, going with a pendant mag is going to be your best option due to the fact that you only need this to get 7 rounds in the mag with the other perk that we're going to be taking. But obviously extended mag wouldn't be bad because it would also do the same thing. Tactical mag won't actually work, because the reason a pendant mag will work is, this might surprise some of you guys, but taking Bottomless Grief, it might be the way to go for this. I'm not even joking. Obviously, this got a buff, so whenever you have it now, you're going to get bonus magazine size. So with this and a pendant mag, you're not hurting any of your stats, and you're getting 7 rounds in the magazine with the Adept Big One spec, which is nice. And you have that 100% recoil direction. And the other benefit for that is Bottomless Grief always comes on these weapons now, so it's not like you're going to have to farm a crazy amount to get this, because you're always going to have this no matter what. Now, the other perks are Triple Tap, Lit from Gold, Snapshot, Clown Cartridge, and Kill and Win. For PvE, obviously, Triple Tap is good, Clown Cartridge is good, and you can make some things work for that. Even Lit from Gold is not terrible, especially with like the Aeon Gauntlets being in the game. You can just always have special ammo, which is nice. Then the final comp, we have Adrenaline Junkie, Explosive Payload, Vorpal, High Impact Reserves, Demolitionist, and Dragonfly. Vorpal is probably going to be your best option for this slot over here. High Impact Reserves could be okay. Explosive Payload's also okay, but since you're using a precision weapon, you don't really need Explosive Payload that much. Even Dragonfly could be good for ad clear. Demo to refill your magazine if you need to throw a grenade. I wouldn't take Adrenaline Junkie. But honestly, this role right here is going to be a god tier Grandmaster role. A really good, just generic role. This is just a all-around really good sniper rifle right here. If I had to say, like, what was just the go-to, just best all-around sniper, it would be this. It is a 7-round mag with an Adept Big One spec, a reload masterwork, really good damage perk for the higher tier enemies, because the sniper's already going to one-shot most lower tier enemies anyway, and it's also decent for ball scene. It's obviously not the best, but it could do pretty much everything, and this is the role that I want to get before it goes away. Now, other PvE roles you can get is obviously things like Triple Tap, Vorpal, but you see it does go down to 5 mag, so you're going to have to take Adept Big One spec off and use something like backup mag to get the 7 rounds. This will technically net you a little bit more DPS, I'm pretty sure, compared to the Adept Big One spec in just 7 rounds, because obviously with Triple Tap, you can just keep shooting the gun and never have to reload. You're going to get, I think it's like 10 shots off, I'm pretty sure. You can get some crazy combos. Now, also Clown Cartridge isn't bad, because you can buff the magazine up be even higher, which is nice. But Triple Tap Vorpal probably is the one that most people go for, and that's just because it is really good for ball scene. But the problem is that other higher fire rate snipers, kind of like that Kilo Sniper, just is going to have better DPS numbers than this, because you can get things like 4 times the charm, which is arguably better than Triple Tap. So I feel like it's kind of hard to try to go for a balls DPS version of the Uzume, and I really think taking Bottomless Grief with the Adept Big One spec is going to be the way to go. Again, just to have the overall just one of the best sniper rifles in the game. Now that is for PvE. Now PvP is a whole different ball game. This thing is actually really good for PvP. It's shockingly like probably one of the best snipers in the game. And for PvP, we're obviously going to go with the range mastery because the more range you have, the more stickiness your bullets are going to feel. It's going to be easier to land your crits, and it's going to be really, really good. Now, Adept Icarus Grip is going to be the way to go as well. So you can actually hit snipe shots in the air. Plus, you also get a little bit more range increase, which is really, really nice. Now, for the highest range increase over here, you can take something like full bore, but this will hurt your handling a little bit, which gets down to 50. But if you can play around it, that's really good because you're going to have 91 range on this. But if you want to take something to buff your handling like fluted barrel, that can also work. But I honestly would take full bore to get that range increase due to that we have things like snapshot over here, or maybe even kill and win as well, and you can get a nice range increase. Now, the next column, accurate rounds, 100% the way to go, especially if you take full bore, because you're going to have a 100 range sniper rifle, which is just ridiculous. Only other sniper in the game I think that could do this is the Iron Banner sniper, and that one is actually also pretty good. Like, it's a really good sniper rifle. So you're going to have the Uzume being one of the best. Having this much range is going to be ridiculous. Now, for the next column, snapshot is probably going to be your obvious answer. Killing win can be okay, but Snapshot is going to negate some of that negative handling, and that's going to be really good because obviously you're going to be able to zoom in faster, get to your target a lot quicker. The range is going to make it really sticky to hit enemies. And then one of probably the most slept on things over here is the fact that Vorpal weapon does exist on this weapon. And since it's a 90 RPM, one-shotting supers is not a thing. Obviously, only the high impact snipers can one-shot headshot supers. But if you have a 90 RPM with Vorpal, it can one-shot headshot supers with snapshot and the max range. It's going to be really easy to hit them if you are a good sniper, and it is just overall just probably one of the best sniper rifles in the game for the energy slot for PvP with this exact role. This thing can be ridiculous. Like, I'm telling you guys, it is actually crazy good. Some people are honestly comparing it to Beloved, the way it was back in the day, due to just how strong it is, how it feels, how snappy it is, and the fact that this one can also one-shot supers without box breathing is really, really good. You don't have to wait to get that damage bonus. You can just simply scope in, boom, they're dead, and it's crazy, crazy good. Also, another benefit is that with the Uzume, the scope actually kind of highlights enemies in Crucible, which can be, I guess, a little disorienting to some people, but honestly, I like it. I love when a scope actually highlights the enemy a little bit. So not only does it have this really, really good role going forward, it also has that if you do enjoy it, and it is just a god tier PvP sniper rifle, and it's a really, really good PvE sniper as well. So I would definitely be sure to go out and farm for one of these if you haven't yet. It is really, really good. Let me know what you guys would like to have on yours in the comments below, or if you've already farmed for it, let me know your best role that you've gotten. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys would like to see more, be sure to let me know what guns to do next. I'm obviously going to go over all the Adept weapons as they come out, but I could obviously start going into other weapons as well. Just let me know, and I'll try to cover literally anything that you request. But that's what it all for me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.